Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is LV. Thank you for watching, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about plants, plant propagations, show you the plant that I got, semi-hydroponics. So today we're gonna talk about what you need to know about importing plants from overseas. So let's get started. So here I have some alocasia. This is two alocasia silver dragon that I imported at the same time, and then this is my anthurium. I don't remember what's the name, but this is very pretty anthurium when I got it. I'm not really going to talk about specifically where I'm getting it from because it doesn't matter where you're getting it from. Even with the same seller, you are not guaranteed to get the same quality of the plant that I have. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube review on a specific seller, and then even me that buying those plants doesn't get the same quality of the plant. So I'm not going to talk about who I'm buying from, just want to talk about what you need to know about importing a plant. So this is the two alocasia silver dragon that I got with the same seller from Indonesia, and I actually bought four, and one is give it to my friends, one is totally rotten and die off. I don't even remember if I still have the bulb or not because it's pretty badly and aggressively the rotting. And then I have two left. This has a very good system at beginning when I bought it. A lot more root than the other three. Even with a lot more root, it does rot when it comes with me. And this one have some root and the root all totally rot off. You can see it's not doing really well. Like, I'm pretty sad because you can see how big the leaf is. So the reason that I'm buying plants overseas, of course, is because of the price is a lot more affordable. That's the first. And the second thing is it's because it has the bigger plants, and some of the plants that I couldn't really find in United States without paying a lot more premium. The other reason is that I know with my experience that I have so far, even though I bought it, the plant, and it die or it rots, I do have maybe 80% or 90% chance that it will be revised from my care. When you want to decide to buy a plant from overseas, you need to know, can you revise them if they come with rots? No matter who you're buying from, no matter how well is the review from, it's not guaranteed that you're going to have 100% good plants. The seller want to ship you the best, but they are not guaranteed to you as well because each plant is just act so differently. They are the same plant, but they still act differently. So do you know how to revise a plant when it rots? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Have you have experience on revise the rotten plants, or do you have any specific propagation method that you like? No matter what plant you have, if you do that type of propagation, it will be 80-90% successful. If you have those under your belt, then you can order from anyone. It doesn't matter who is the seller. Of course, you want to get the best possible, but if you do that, it will be a lot less stressful, even though the plant comes with rot or yellow leaf. I know I shouldn't laugh, but I'm pretty bad of it when I see people do unboxing video from overseas and cry about the plant is yellowing or rotten. It's from overseas. They've been stressed for 4 days. These two plants surprisingly come with me in 4 days. Even with 4 days with very good boxings, they still doesn't make it all the way through. So you have to have your right expectation when you order from overseas. Expectation that you have to rehab the plants for at least a month to 2 months until they have that brand new leaf that you can enjoy and feel like ease. Or you just need to find a local seller that's selling the plant that you want it to in a premium price. When I have a plant overseas, what I'm doing is I unpack them, check all the roots. It's very important to look at their root system. It's not about the big leaf. That's what I learned now. I've been doing few import recently, but it's not expert yet. But here what I do learn. Don't just look for the big leaf. That's my mistake. You can see. Look for the good root system, and also look for the seller who don't kill your roots. They might show you the huge big plants very pretty on the picture, but when they ship it to you, they only have few roots left. So as a seller, to try to keep as much roots as they can. When you import plant, they have a process that they have to follow through. They have to clean all the roots from the dirt. Some seller is more aggressive on cleaning the roots. They want it to be always clean. They have to do that, but sometimes they just cut it. That's how easier for them to clean up the roots. So better to find a better root system. Is not saying like you have to have very full root, but at least give you enough root that you can rehab it properly. I have one of these is like coming with almost no root. I'm glad that at least the leaf is not too bad. Like you can see the leaf is not yellowing. I like this seller. He packed it really well, but even if pack it really well, it's not guaranteed the root is really well. So set your expectation. You can order from any seller, but look for how they're packaging their plants. Not just the leaf is protected, but the root is saving. If you already know how to propagate and rehab the plant, so go with the one that you're always doing. So the way I'm doing is when the plant come to me, I check the roots and then I put it in water with super dry solution for about a few hours. It depends how long this plant is in the box. Is it over a week? I might leave it for 5-6 hours or even overnight. But if it only like 3-4 days, like this one, I only leave it for maybe 2-3 hours in the super dry solutions. It's just for me, they doesn't need as much water as it would need it, because before they come here, they already drink some water. And then if it only 2-3 days, you don't have to give them even more water because they are not as thirsty as it would be in a week. So depend how many days in the box. And then I wash the leaf with Captain Jack, cleaning each leaf. I wipe it out instead of just spray it. You can also do spray, but spray you have to very, very intensely spray. I couldn't tell if there's any bug or not. It's supposed to be no bugs when they come in import, but that's not always guaranteed. And if you have a big collections, I would rather you to be safe than be sorry when you find out your plant doesn't doing well. And also if I buy Anthurium, which kind of prone to fungicides, I also spray it with copper fungicides, and then I put it in either sphagnum or in my choices I put it in perlites. So I put it in the perlite with just them. It's just what you do. This is pretty good. You see this root here. If it's in winter time, strongly suggest to have heat mat on the top, but if it's summertime, it doesn't have to. And most have to have high humidity because that's where they're coming from. But after it's a month or two, when they have fully rooted, you can take it out safely from the humidity domes. So you need to have the right equipment, heat mats, and humidity dome or greenhouse. Those is required if you do importing plants. Which would be the best month to importing plants? In my opinions, I didn't really import the whole year. I just started, but I'm thinking for me the best time to importing plant is spring times around March to maybe before June, maybe May. This is still good time because the temperature not as hot. I think the plant can hold better cold than hot. You might get cold damage, but if hot, it's dry out a lot faster. And also springtime, they're actively growing. When they come to your house, it's easier to rehab. I will be a little bit more cautious when I order in summer times because of the weather. When it's too hot, they are actually dormant. So the plant dormant in winter and also in summer. People just thought they're dormant in winter, but no, they both dormant if it's too hot. So spring and fall will be the best time to order from overseas. And it doesn't say you can't order on winter or the fall, but it's just take longer time for it to recover. Usually rehab is take at least a month for it to be showing the sign of good roots. So this one is about a month of rehabbing. This is a new leaf that is show. The best way to see if you have acclimated successfully is when your plant has new leaf growing. When that started to happen, then you can put it in your regular room temperature. For now, I'm very skeptical when people saying Anthurium need the high humidity, allocation need high humidity, or Monstera need high humidity. I'm really skeptical for that, so I have been slowly putting out my Ethereum out to my normal room humidity, which is around 50 to 60. It's still high. I mean, yeah, because I run in humidity in this room, but it's not as high as my greenhouse, which is 70 to 80%, sometimes to 90. If you have this sad looking rotted plant, what you do, it's the same thing as you're going to acclimate them. It's just this one might take even longer, maybe 2 months. I'm happy that to say I did see a small tiny root here. So this is going to be recovered. I'm happy that it will be recovered because I do lose one. If you don't know how to recover the plant and you're thinking buying overseas is cheap, it's not cheap if you kill all of them. This one is Santherium, is high humidity plants. It look really good when it's come to me, and it just doesn't make it. I don't know why. It has root rot. I have another Anthurium cream. It's also same thing happened to me. It's very pretty on the first day, and it's slowly declining. It root rot, and now it's in very ICU sections. This one is good because it's already showing sign of growing. At least it's not dying, even though it's only one stick. The last thing I want to say about importing plants, if you decide to not buying import plants and then look for local seller, be careful to look at who is you buying from. Doesn't matter who is the person who you're buying from. Sometimes they might just selling you import plants without telling you. So know how to look for import plants on the picture. If it already wrapped on the picture, you might want to ask why is wrapping it at the first time. That's the first questions. There's nothing wrong to buy import plant, but I think like you have to tell the buyer that it was imported very recently because they are not declining right at the time. Like it takes time for them to really die. So as a seller, you don't know if this plant go to the buyer hands in a week, are they gonna die right away? Instead of the seller has properly rehabits and growing all the roots, which one is more likely to die, right? So as a buyer, you want to know those plants, are they recently imported? That's very important. If it's imported, to have the seller hold it for at least a month, that the root system has been grown and is healthy. You can tell from the leaf or from the picture that the seller is showing. If that look like this, flopping it down, it could be not a recent import. That's the plant that's very sad, but most likely it's like that. When it's pointing down like this, pointing like this, no matter how is it imported in the soil. Some people put it in soil even though it was recently imported. That's no. If it's successfully acclimated, your plant's supposed to be point up. So as a buyer, you need to look at the picture very carefully. If you're gonna buy a flipping from the US seller, why don't you just import yourself? That's what I want to say. And if you really doesn't want to import yourself, then you should really know what is not a recent import plants. Which is I see, I really seen that on Facebook. People flip the plants and didn't say that it is a recent import, and as an experienced buyer, you have to know this is not right to buy. There are some like philodendron bilitis that's also very, very easy to tell that is recent import plants because the leaf is pointing like this. Biliti is also take really long time to show declining because I am actually the victim of that on my last year when I first bought my first bilitis, and luckily I was able to acclimate it and it's grow very healthy. So this is all what I want to say about importing. What you need to know about importing plants, you have to set your expectations. You need to know how to acclimate the plant, and if you choose to not to, you need to know how to look for recent import plants on the marketplace. So this is pretty important, right? So I hope you learned some things from this video, and thank you for watching. And if you have any question, remember to comment down below, and happy plantings. Thank you. Bye bye.